Hey guys, James with Torches and Tactical, and today we're doing something we have not done yet. Guys, we've gone over good LEDs and bad LED flashlights, and even the terrible LED flashlights. I'm not naming any names, but we've never gone over an LEP. So I decided that I was going to start with one of the most talked about items of late 2022 and into 2023, early 2023 flashlights. And that is the Loop Universe SK01S, otherwise known as the Skywalker. Now let me zoom in here so you can see that. So the Skywalker is an LEP, and like the name implies, an LEP is a laser excited phosphor. Basically, instead of using a small LED, what they're going to do is they actually have a laser module in here, and that's going to be used to create light through a phosphor coating. And then from there, it's going to come out in or through a lens rather, and give you a very direct, very distinct beam. A lot of these, now I think the Skywalker name fits for an LEP because a lot of these are typically referred to as lightsabers. Hopefully Disney doesn't sue me for using that name, but they refer to LEPs as lightsabers because instead of having blood, what it does is it directs that beam out in a very distinct light, or at least on most of them. The loop gives you a much more distinct advantage because they decided to put an indexable, or rather a focusable beam on here. So this beam, instead of just doing a very, very narrow beam, can go between 2.8 and 18.2 degrees. So you can still get that same flashlight effect from an LEP. Now to go over some of these specs, that LEP does give you 4 different brightness levels, going all the way from 10 lumens to 100 lumens to 450 lumens, and then in turbo mode, this will do 910 lumens. Now, if that doesn't sound like a lot, keep in mind that it is an LEP and that beam is very, very focused. So while you may not get huge high numbers, what you do get with that is high intensity or a high candela number and an incredible beam distance. So that candela number from the Loop LEP is 640,000 candela, and that means you get a beam distance of 1,600 meters. Now, I mean, it's not just a looker, it performs very, very well, but they did give you some strength in addition to these very, very good looks. It is impact resistant to 1 meter, and it gives you a waterproof rating of IP67. It is all powered by an 18350 cell inside with a discharge current of 10 amps. And those overall dimensions come in at 126 millimeters and a head diameter of 43 millimeters. Now, this is their great aluminum version, but they also offer a silver and a black. Now, for a while, they did have a camo version, but I haven't seen that recently. And they also offer those same colors in titanium alloy. So that's going to give you a little more weight. It's going to give you a little more rigidity. And plus, titanium is just a really, really cool material to deal with. But one other amazing thing about the Loop LEP is that it's not just a flashlight. Now, it's easy to get lost in throwing all these design choices at a flashlight. And I mean, I'll be honest, there are a ton of design choices that have been made with the Loop LEP, but they decided that they were going to split form and function, or try to go as evenly as possible with it as they could. They decided they were going to try to split form and function and give it some fidget factors as well. So you have this collar here. Now this does spin a while here. I'll just let this run for a second. I don't know if that microphone is picking this up, but it's barely slowed down at all. This has run. I gave it a twist the other day, and I got this to run for over 4 minutes. So 240 seconds off just a little flick. So this worked really well. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this one because it'll just keep going. But they also have this one here. Now this is like a tactical finger ring. So you're able to use a glass breaker on the very end should you need it. But that's not it. They have one more, and it is kind of incognito. So if you go ahead and grab the body or the battery tube of this and pull out, if you need to extend for a better grip, they give you the option to do that as well. So it's very, very cool. And again, I specified that they were trying to mix form and function, and I think they do really, really well on that front. This looks like nothing else out there. I do see some designs from maybe Woobin with their X series, as well as maybe like a Manker Timeback 3. But at the same time, the Loop SK01S is still very distinctly its own. So now again, I did mention that they have a lot of design choices that were made with this, and I can't go over every single one because this will take legitimately an hour long. But I'm just going to go ahead and rotate through slowly so you can see all of the angles, the facets, the cuts, all that stuff. Now make sure, don't shine into eyes, guys. They're not even kidding. Don't shine this in your eyes. This is such a focused beam that it's detrimental to eyesight. Please don't do that. Now here we do have the power button. And what's really nice about this is it does have some auxiliary LEDs in there. And that's going to let you choose between a plethora of colors. And I mean, it's just another way to make sure that attention to detail or the intention to give you the best user experience possible was taken into the forefront from the people over at Loop Gear. So I'll go ahead and show you these auxiliary LEDs, and that is just done by a simple long press. There you go. You can see your indicators right here, and I will go ahead and long press one more time. You can get a rotation going on. We can long press one more time. And this will do a breathing motion in your battery indicator color. So if your battery indicator is red, that means that your battery is between 0 and 10%. If it's a purple color, then it is going to be between 10 and 29%. And if it's blue, like it is, then you're going to be over 30% for your battery. But we'll long press again. There you go. You can manually select your red color, and it will cycle through all of those same modes in each of the colors available. Here we go. Now this one's alternating between the red, blue, and purple. We'll go one more just so you can see this. Pretty neat, I think. But that's not the only thing it does. It does actually have a business end as well. And I'm going to try to zoom in here. There you go. Can you guys see this? On the inside of this lens, you can see where it specifies its focal length. And then on the other side, it shows a range of 2.8 to 18.2 degrees. So that means that when the light is on, and you have a very distinct hotspot like is standard with LEPs. But, well, hold on, let's see if I can do this while getting out of the way so you guys can see. But if you rotate the head, you can go down to a very, very narrow beam, or you can spread that light out if you need a little more visibility, but still want to use an LEP as an everyday source. But when it is on, going over the user interface real quick, when it is on, you can do a long press, and that'll go between your low, high, and turbo. And when it's off, you can long press and it'll go into your 10 lumen eco mode. Now, I mean, 10 lumens will still shine out quite a ways since it is an LEP, but it's still not going to be incredibly bright. It's just going to be because that beam is very, very focused. But from here, you can press and hold, and it will go up to your 100 lumen low mode, then your 450 lumen high mode, and if you double tap, there we go. That's all 910 lumens from the Loop Skywalker SK01S. But I know you guys are going to want to see how this performs in the dark, especially with that LEP beam. You want to see how focused it gets. You want to see exactly what this beam is going to look like. So let's go ahead and, well, actually, hold on. Before I do that, if you guys notice, I haven't gone inside the SK01S box yet. Normally at the beginning, I will go through and run through everything that comes inside the package, but I haven't done that. And there's a reason, so just keep watching till the end. But that being said, let's go outside. Let's look at the Loop SK01S, and we'll see how this does as far as an LEP goes. We'll see how it does. I'll get you guys some nighttime footage of these auxiliary LEDs, and on top of all that, I'll show you exactly how this adjustment feature works. So you can get between that 2.8 and the 18.2 degrees of focus. So let's head on out. All right, guys, so we're outside here with the Loop SK01S, and I'm going to start with some of the auxiliary lights, actually. So let's go ahead and turn on these auxiliaries. There you go. Now it will disappear for a second. I'm going to go ahead and throw my thumb over it and do a long press, and that'll switch. And here we go. Here's another one. Here's another one.
kind of a breathing red light. Here's another one. This is alternating between purple, blue, and red. Here's another one. This is rotating blue. This is breathing blue, so we're back to this one. All right, so now that we saw some of those auxiliary lights, let's go ahead and I'm going to turn on the light here. You guys can see this now. So I'm going to hold this out so you can still see those auxiliaries. And if you double press, it will go straight to turbo. Now this thing is a stinking laser beam. This LEP really knows how to focus that light. You do see a little bit of spill, but you can long press, and this is 10 lumen mode. I don't know if it's even showing up on camera right now, but then we're in low, medium, and then again double press. This is 910 lumens from the LEP. And let's not forget that it does have an adjustable beam. So if you need more of an LEP or a flashlight, you can get this going that way. There we go. We got some animals out here. Got some cats out here. But this is the LEP, the Loop SK01S. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but on the very outside there is kind of a halo effect. All right. Now that we saw the auxiliaries and how the LEP beam performed, let's go ahead and get back inside.
All right, guys, we went outside and we looked at the Loop LEP in all of its glory. Now, those auxiliary LEDs, they shine so much better at night. It just being able to run through all of those modes at night so you guys can see, that was fun for me. And you guys are experiencing that after the fact that it was recorded. Just imagine how these look in person, because I know getting it on camera and I know that trying to see exactly what I see at the same time doesn't really work to its full effect. And as far as that beam pattern goes, I mean, I have I think 4 LEPs now. This is the first one I'm doing a review on, but I have 4 LEPs total, including this one. And I have to say that having one with that focusable beam is next level. It's one thing to have an LEP that just goes for miles and miles. Well, okay, not miles and miles, 1,600 meters, so almost a mile. But being able to go almost a mile with that LEP and then just give it a quick turn and you're able to get a more of a flashlight, a traditional flashlight beam, that's next level. I love the fact that they did that, and it makes it stand apart from all the rest. So, guys, frankly, I love the Loop LEP, and I can't wait until they become a more prominent player in the flashlight industry, because I know that they'll just continue pushing the envelope. And that being said, they've already done so. Now, I told you earlier I haven't gone into the SK01S box, and there is a reason behind it. Let me open this up. They do have quite a good seal on this box. But let's open this up, and the reason we haven't gone over the SK01S packaging and materials is because inside there is another module. That's right, the head of the Loop LEP is replaceable. We can take this off. So here is the Loop LEP, and then, I mean, you're probably wondering what's going on, why this one is so much shorter. But let's go ahead and set this one in here. And just real fast, we can go ahead and swap over to this new head. And now you have an SFT40 inside this smaller head, and that's going to give you an actual flashlight. So if you don't want an LEP or don't need an LEP, this is also available in a SFT40 flashlight option. But this is going to be for another review, so don't get carried away with this. Just know that you can buy one flashlight and then get the head separately. But inside the packaging, there are also replacement springs, as well as a washer and your O-ring. So in case you need to do any servicing on the SK01S, you can definitely do that. They also give you a loop branded white USB-A to USB-C power cord. Now, if you look in here, there's actually a little bit of orange accent. So again, that attention to detail, I mean, I haven't seen anything that comes close to this yet. And the reason that they give you the USB cable is because they do give you a USB on cell for their loop branded battery. Now again, this is a 10 amp discharge rate, so it will supply all the current you need. And last but not least, you do get your loop manual. Now this again is like nothing else I've seen from any other manufacturer coming out. So they give you how to use each of the modes. They give you all of your specifications right here. They let you know that you do have your adjustable focus ring, your I don't want to say attack bezel, but your bezel that has some strike beads on it. You have your spinner, you have your tactical ring, which is also has that fidget option in it. You have a mechanical bolt, and that's the extension, and you have your tail switch with auxiliary LEDs. So on the back, you have the same information, but in Chinese. So if you need to review or go over any of the available options or how to run any of the modes that the Loop LEP gives you, you can do that. And now finally, I do have to say, if you're looking at getting your own, you can get the Loop LED version for $199 on the Loop Universe website. Or if you want to bump up to the LEP, you can bump up and get the LEP, and that starts at $319.95. And if you want to go the well tool route and have one flashlight with the option of the LEP or the LED head, you can get the LED head independently for $89.95. So you're able to get with both, that is about $410 for the flashlight. I'm sorry, rather the LEP head as well as the SFT40 LED head. So what I can do for you though is if you look down in the comments below, I am going to post a link that will get you to their store, and I'll post a coupon code that will save you 15% off your entire order. So, I mean, just doing the quick math, 410 minus 15%, that puts it at about $340. Now, frankly, I don't know, again, any other manufacturers right now that are putting this kind of machining quality or attention to the user experience, if you will, as far as Loop Universe is willing to go with that. So go ahead and check out those links down below. You can check out the Loop SK01S in either the LEP or the LED head design and look at getting one for yourself. So thank you guys so much. And as far as the channel goes, if you could like, share, and subscribe, and if you do subscribe, go ahead and click on that bell notification. That's going to let you guys know when we have new videos like the Loop LEP or any other videos for that matter. And it'll tell you right away so you can be one of the first to watch it. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.